Hi, it's Raina Nices with the Season of Caring, and I just wanted to share with you today this great survey that I ran across on whereyouLiveMatters.org. And they surveyed through social media senior adults, and they talked to them about how they feel about their adult children caring for them or offering help as they age. And you know me, that's what this is all about, helping your parents age and being that support that they need. So I love that they were able to survey some senior adults and actually hear from them how they feel about this, because I do think that's one of the most important things. When we start thinking about aging, none of us are real excited about getting to the place that we need help, much less having to ask for it. And so I think there's some really interesting things in this survey about how they feel whenever we step in to try to offer help. One of the things that they ask them is, do you ever feel that your children are coming over to check up on you instead of just visit? Gosh, I hadn't even really thought about that. I lived as an adult away from my parents, and so my trip home was planned. But being able to stop in and visit can be really helpful whenever you're just checking to make sure everything's going well. But make sure that you really are spending time with them and investing in that relationship, so they don't feel like you're just checking up on them. And only 69% said hardly ever, 20% said sometimes, and 10% said frequently. So good job, guys. Continue to spend that time with your parents. The next one was, how does their overprotectiveness make you feel? 49% cared for, 14% annoyed, and 41% both. So sometimes we can be overprotective of our parents, especially as we see them in a fragile state. So just remembering that really communicating with them and just sharing them how much you care can make a big difference in how they receive what you're offering to do for them. Now, the very last part that I wanted to share with you from the survey was things that they wanted you to know. So there were three things that were important that came out consistently in the survey, that their parents want us to know as we're trying to care for them as they age. And the first one was to show respect. This is not surprising to me at all, and this is actually a really big pet peeve for me. So many times in this industry today, we hear that we become the parent of our parents, and that never has really set well for me. And I think that is just because my parents are still my parents, and no matter what their need level is, they are still my parent. And just because they reach a point in life where they need similar things as kids do, doesn't change the role or relationship that we have with them. So remember to honor and respect your parents in this process. And most of that is really just having conversations. Communication is so important, of just really being able to ask what they need and offer the support in ways that they're willing to receive it. Not always easy, but definitely will make a difference in keeping that relationship where it needs to be. And that's two adults working together to meet their needs. The second one was, see who they are now. And I found this really interesting that seniors would say this, but it's so true. By the time our parents are aging and needing help from us, it's been quite a few years, right? But the last time we lived together was probably in our teenage years, and we might even have had some disagreements as young adults. But that relationship, that was a long time ago. And so you've changed and you've grown, and so has your parents. And so find a new relationship. Don't rely on things in the past. Don't assume that they are have the same opinion that they did maybe when you were a teenager or a young adult. So make sure that you continue to grow your relationship so that you can see your parent as the person that they are. And I think my mom was diagnosed when I was just 16. And so when I look back at who my mom was, I don't really have a very clear picture of who she was, because as a teenager and as a young child, I knew she was a great mom. She did everything I needed her to do. But to really know her as a person was not something I had the opportunity to do. So make sure that you grow up and you realize that your parents are people too, and get to know them as a person, and show them that who they are now matters, and what's important to them now matters, and don't be stuck in the past. I thought that was a great thing. The third one is to be happy. Your parents are your parents, just like you are a parent to your children, and nothing makes your heart happier than seeing your children succeed and be happy in life. they feel the same way about you. So don't forget that that is important to them. Share that happiness, share the good times with them, but make sure that you're living life to the best that they've raised you to live. It will make them very proud. So, and share those things with them and make sure that they don't feel that they're a burden in your life, but rather they bring more happiness to your life as well. I hope you found the survey as interesting as I have, and I look forward to catching you the next time. Take heart in your season of caring. Thanks.